Hey, this is Barak, and what I'm going to discuss today, probably as a dentist, it probably makes your blood boil. I know for me it would have made my blood boil as well, but I wanted to make that video kind of like to get also a solution. But first of all, let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Barak. I am known to take dentists to the next level, get the practices growing by $1 million a year or adding another 100 new patients per month. Or doubling a practice and stuff like that, because I do things in a different way. Now, a few days ago, I have recorded a video about corporate dentistry. This is a subject that concerns a lot of dentists that come to me. They reach me, and although they are pretty successful, they are hurt and afraid from corporate dentistry popping up like mushrooms after the rains, because. Anyway, I don't want to repeat stuff that was discussed in the other video, but I want to make a point here, because there was something I mentioned regarding overhead advantages of corporate dentistry, and I wanted to get a little bit more data here because I didn't have time to explain there. Now, last year, I bet you know that, but I wanted to make a point here. Last year, the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, filed a complaint against three of the largest providers of products, services, equipment of dental supplies. Those are Benco Dental Supplies, Henry Schein, and Patterson Company. And those three groups, the market for the dental supplies is about $10 billion a year. Those three groups together hold about over 85% of the market. So pretty sure that you are their client as well. You buy from them. However, the complaints says that those three groups colluded and agreed together not to provide discounts to buying groups that come to them, compared to corporate dentistry, and those buying groups specifically were comprised of solo dentists and small groups. So most likely that's something that you basically are part of that targeted by those companies. More specifically, Benco was repeatedly courting and trying to add Burkhardt Dental Supplies to that, collusion. And again, they decided not to compete and not to give any discounts to people like you. And, for me, if it would have been happening to me, that would make me really angry, because that's taken advantage, basically, of hardworking dentists that get their expenses, their overhead higher. Already you have very small margins if depends again on your business. But dentists, compared to other professions, have a very big overhead. Now, I was making this, hopefully that, by now you are getting your discounts and you can, things are kind of like back on that specific point. However, there are things that you cannot fix. Look, no matter how big you'll be, you cannot compete with companies, with corporate dentistry, like chains like Aspen Dental with 600 offices that employs over 8,000 dentists. Or Western Dental in the West Coast, California, Nevada, Arizona. They have over 200 offices. When they buy things, whether it is recurring supplies or machines like CEREC or CBCT or something like that, scanners or any like digital X-rays, these sensors, whatever, those things get expensive, but they buy several scores of those items, or or supplies for hundreds of locations. You cannot compete with them. Okay, so in this case, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, they caught them red-handed and they filed a complaint. Not always it is black and white like that. You cannot really compete with regards to, one thing that you cannot compete with are centralized services like bookkeeping, like recruitment, HR, anything like that, marketing. Those things can be centralized in one location or bought in bulk, okay, so that the overhead of those chains is significantly lower than yours. That's why they can offer a lot better prices than you, and that will be forever. This is nothing you can do because, in this case I mentioned, that was something that was illegal and complaint was filed. However, some things are definitely totally legal, and still they can drive their overhead a lot lower than yours. That means that that put you in a disadvantage. Now, I mentioned that there is a solution. Yeah, there is one. And the solution is to change the type of patients that you have. I've been preaching that for several years now. My book, Attract Better Patients, is from 2015. And that went bestseller in 2015. So I've been talking about that for at least 6-7 years. That book was 2 years in the making, by itself. The point is that you have to get better patients. And when I'm talking about better patients, those patients that they have this discretionary income that they can buy or pay for their dental or oral services easier than others. Meaning, first of all, they prioritize that higher than other things. They consider that as something that is vital and not neglecting it. So they don't have to be rich, but they have to be very concerned on their health and making sure that they get the best treatment. And they will choose that treatment even if it's more expensive compared to another options. They're not bargain shopping, they're not price shopping or tire kicking, because they respect quality, they respect the expertise that you have, and know that sometimes that can be, that can cost more. Okay, they will follow your directions, they will be loyal. Those are the better patients. Okay, so now to get those better patients is not easy. It's not a one thing. You cannot just come and say, hey, I'm the best dentist in Phoenix or in Dallas or in Milwaukee. You have to basically phrase that not indirectly. You cannot really phrase it. You are not allowed to say those kind of things, but you can create your marketing as a whole. It's not just one thing. It's a complete approach, which that includes your website, your reviews, the ads, the bios that you have, to add certain things that will cause people to trust you over other options. And those things need to be very subtle. They need to be very, you need to craft them very, very intelligently. And, and sometimes, you need to build it up. You have to build it up. Obviously, if you don't have those things in a bio, you have to kind of like, get them on your resume, get them, create them, not manufacture them in a way that is a lie or something like that. But what I'm saying is that the whole thing, the whole marketing, it's a total holistic approach, but it needs to be strategically smart, okay, to create that, this smart, basically, marketing that, like I said, attracts better patients. You're not courting them, they are courting you. They are attracted to you like a magnet. Okay, that's actually, if you look up my book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble and so on, you'll see that I have a magnet on and I don't have a copy with me now, but you are attracting better patients, those patients that will build your practice. And if you do that, then your practice will be recession proof, will be competition proof, and you will be able to work less hours and earn more money. I don't know if that is an interest of you for you, but for that specific thing is that means that you'll have better margins on your services. I mean, you will not be concerned so much with the cost of supplies, even if you don't get those discounts. Why? Because you're gonna get so much money. I mean, I have clients of mine that are, like, I'll give you an example. I have clients in California that added another 117,000 per month on average. I think it was like over 1,100,000 that were added to their bottom line, 1,300,000, something like that, yearly to their bottom line, just because of our mutual work. That's one location, by the way. If you are getting those margins, your overhead will be less of an importance for you. I'm not saying that you have to that you should throw money away, but you can if you want. You know, the thing is, you need to build your practice to have better patients, to be padded with better patients. You can service also insurance patients or do other things, but you have to have the percentage of your patients, of your better patients, higher on the overall number of patients you have. Anyway, that's what it is. If you want the complaints that I mentioned, the FTC complaint against those three, the Benko, Henry Schein, and Patterson, and again, that we're also trying to get the fourth one, Burkhardt Dental Supplies, with them. If you want that complaint, just write me. I can put the link in the comments or send it to you privately. But either way, if you found that beneficial for you, let me know so I know to record more videos on that line. And you can find more videos on my Facebook page. And like that page so you can get alerts when I'm going live. Okay, you can watch that later, but like that so you can get alerts. And otherwise, I want to wish you have a great day. And again, build a better practice. You can always reach out to me. You can write me on Facebook privately, and or write me here in the comments, and we can get together and check out what you have and how and if we can help you. We don't take anyone. We do want to make sure that it's a win-win for all of us, and we have a limited number of people that we are helping at a certain time, so that I will be able to be directly involved with each and every one. Okay, that's it. So again, like this video, share it if you think that will help someone, and otherwise have a great day.